All right, everyone, we're back with section 4 of chapter 4, parallel and perpendicular lines. So previously, we wrote equations in point slope form. We also did standard form and slope intercept form. So now what we're going to do is write an equation of the line that passes through a given point parallel to a given line. And then we're also going to do the same thing, but write an equation of a line that passes through a given point perpendicular to a given line. We'll talk about what all that means coming up. So vocabulary, parallel lines and perpendicular lines. Like I said, we'll talk about what that means in a moment. So parallel lines are lines in the same plane that do not intersect. They're called parallel lines. Think train tracks. They go right next to each other, but they never intersect. So non-vertical parallel lines have the same slope. Okay, so as long as the lines aren't vertical, they have the same slope. Vertical lines can be parallel. It's just vertical lines have no slope. The slope is undefined. Okay, that's why they say that like that. But you can have two lines that are vertical that are parallel. That's fine. No problem. All right. So here are vertical parallel lines. Here's two non-vertical lines that are parallel. You can have two horizontal lines, rather, that are parallel as well. You can have two lines that are decreasing that are parallel as well. Okay, so they can go any direction and still be parallel, not a big deal. You can write an equation of a line parallel to a given line if you know, one, a point on the line, and second, an equation of the given line. So if I know the equation of this first green line, and I know one point on the other green line, then I can figure out the equation of that other green line that I just know the point on. Okay, if I know those two lines are parallel, and I know the equation of one line and a point on the other line, I can write the equation of the other line with the point, okay? So first, what you're going to do is find the slope of the given line. So if they give you the equation, you know what the slope, you can figure out the slope quite easily. Then substitute the point provided and the slope from the given line into the point slope form, because parallel lines have the same slope. So if you know the slope of one line, the parallel line is going to have the same slope. If you also know a point on that line, well, now you know a point and you know slope, just use point slope form. Okay, so let's do it. Write an equation in slope intercept form for the line that passes through negative 3, 5 and is parallel to the graph of 2x minus 4. Well, the slope of the line y equals 2x minus 4 is 2 because it's already in slope intercept form. If the equation is not in slope intercept form, just solve it for y. In other words, get y by itself, and then the number in front of x, the coefficient of x, is going to be your slope. So if I know that the two lines have to be parallel because that's what they said, then I know that since the equation of the line that is given has a slope of 2, then the line of the equation that I'm trying to write also has to have a slope of 2. All right? So second, find the equation in slope intercept form, or excuse me, point slope form. Well, we're going to do slope intercept form starting with point slope form is what I'm trying to say. So point slope form, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Your x1 and y1 are the point that you're given, and then your slope is 2 because it's parallel to the other line that you're given. So you substitute in y minus 5 equals 2 times x minus negative 3. And remember, when you have minus a negative, you can write it as adding. Okay? Then we're going to distribute the 2, so the 2 times the x gives us 2x, and the 2 times 3 gives us 6. Then add 5 to both sides to get y by itself, and you have y equals 2x plus 11. Notice that the equation of the line that they gave you and the parallel line have the same slope of 2. All right, so here's one for you to try. Go ahead and pause the video and give it a whirl. All right, we're back. So if we want to write an equation in point slope form, notice it said point slope form, for the line that passes through 4, negative 1 and is parallel to the graph of y equals 1/4 x plus 7. Well, I know that the slope is 1/4 of the line that's given, so that's going to be my slope of the parallel line because they have the same slope. I know my x1 and y1 are 4 and negative 1 because that's what they gave me. So I take y minus y1 equals slope times x minus x1 and plug everything in. Y minus negative 1 equals the slope 1/4 times x minus x1, which is 4. Okay? Simplify it a little bit. Minus and negative you can write as adding, equals 1/4 times x minus 4. And you leave it like that because it asked for it in point-slope form, not slope-intercept form. Okay, so make sure you give the answer in the form that they asked. All right? Well, that's it for how to write the equation of a line of lines that are parallel. In the next video, we're going to talk about what happens if they ask for perpendicular lines. So we'll see you there.